The Knicks are out in Vegas for some semifinal NBA Cup action. We got Knicks Magic on Saturday evening, so let's talk about the NBA Cup and, of course, this rivalry with Steph Bondy, our New York Knicks beat writer for the Post. Steph, what's going on, man? Hope you're enjoying Vegas, but not too much. Let's go straight into previewing this semifinal because I've heard some Knicks fans that are friends of mine over the years say that the NBA Cup meant nothing, but now that the Knicks are one game away from the final, it's all of a sudden a big deal. There's bad blood with these two teams, and it's looking like a new NBA rivalry. So how big of a win would it be for Mike Brown and this squad to get one step closer to the Cup final? And would this be a statement win for the Knicks?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. This is becoming a budding rivalry. In the first game, they matched up. The Magic, frankly, just punked them. There's been some injuries in this series so far during the regular season. There's been Desmond Bane throwing the ball at OG Anunoby. Like you said, these are two of the top teams in the Eastern Conference, and it's becoming a budding rivalry. And this is the biggest game so far between the two during this season. So yeah, it's an important game. And in terms of the NBA Cup, this is a franchise hasn't won a championship since in over 50 years of any kind. And I get it, the NBA Cup is definitely not on the same level as the NBA championship, but it would be nice to win something. In the long term, does it mean a whole lot? No. I mean, the Lakers won the first NBA Cup and then they fired their coach right after the season. And then the Milwaukee Bucks won the second NBA Cup, and already their star player is like, all right, I might want to get out of here. So, in the long term, it doesn't mean anything, but it is fun, I'm sure, for fans to watch these games. And it would be cool for the Knicks to finally win a championship of any kind.
Let's say they go ahead and win the entire NBA Cup. Every team that's won the Cup final has raised the banner in their arena. You think Knicks fans will get behind the Knicks raising the NBA Cup championship banner at the Garden?
Yeah, as long as they don't go crazy and make it too much of a big deal. But like I said, this isn't a franchise that's raised many banners lately. And so to win a championship of any kind and to celebrate that, I think that would be cool and something that certainly Adam Silver wants. This is his baby, this tournament. So he wants the teams to emphasize it and feel good about winning. Now, listen, last season, the Bucks won it, and remember, they didn't even celebrate. They left all the champagne on ice in Vegas. So, that image is still out there. But I think for the Knicks to win and raise a banner, I think that would be fun and important for this franchise.
Back to the semifinal, are there any key matchups you're going to be eyeing closely?
Yeah, Jalen Brunson against Jalen Suggs. Suggs is giving him fits. Suggs is a competitor. He's fierce in terms of his defensive intensity. He's been a problem, sometimes for Jalen Brunson, who is having an amazing season. And I think that's going to be, that's going to be the key to this matchup. Can Jalen Brunson go off on Suggs?
When you mention Jalen Brunson, there's a lot of MVP talk around the city when it comes to JB. Do you think that's a little too early or just some Knicks hype? Or do you feel like JB's done enough these 24 games to be in that conversation?
Well, I mean, the chatter is because Mike Brown has purposely injected it into the atmosphere by saying he's having an MVP season. He said it twice, I think. So it is a little early. I think it all boils down to how many games the Knicks win. And, if they win their conference, and not the conference, if they have the best regular season record in the Eastern Conference, they're obviously not going to catch the Thunder. But if they have the best record in the Eastern Conference, you can make more of a case. His numbers are probably not going to stack up with the likes of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and Nikola Jokic, but he's going to be in the conversation. I still think it's a long shot that he wins the MVP as long as Jokic and SGA stay healthy.
Another conversation we hear continuously is obviously the trade or not to trade for Giannis. This Knicks core is gelling, and they seem to be playing some great basketball now specifically Cat and Mikal Bridges. Word is Bondy here. Do you feel like the Knicks have a better chance of winning a chip with this core or trading some key guys to win a chip with Giannis on the roster?
I mean, Giannis raises the ceiling. If the OKC Thunder are healthy and they get into the NBA Finals and the Knicks get into the NBA Finals with their team, I don't think they can beat the Thunder. So if we're talking about championship, now it's a big, it's a big goal. If we're not just talking about getting the NBA Finals, I think this Knicks roster as constructed can get to the NBA Finals. But remember when they fired Tom Thibodeau, the message was we are singularly focused on winning a championship. They didn't say we are singularly focused on getting to the NBA Finals. And if you get Giannis Antetokounmpo, that raises your ceiling. It gives you a chance to compete against the likes of the OKC Thunder. Now, listen, it lowers the floor because you're going to have to give up a lot to get them. Guys might get injured, and now all of a sudden you're having an entire different conversation about, well, we're in trouble here. We just traded everything, and the guy's injured and not playing. So, listen, it would be a risky move, but in my opinion, if you are going for the championship, the guy that can get you there is Giannis.
Lastly, we know how banged up they are at guard right now with Deuce McBride being out and Landry Shamet as well. You think the Knicks should go after Jose Alvarado if the Pelicans make him available?
Yeah, I mean, I've been on that train for a while. He's the guy I would go get. I think they do need a backup point guard. You saw it in the last game against Toronto. For some reason, and not for some reason, I understand why. Mike Brown is not really trusting Tyler Kolek to play a ton, and Jalen Brunson had to play 40 minutes against the Toronto Raptors in a game that was basically a blowout. I don't think that score got within double digits. I mean, single digits in the second half. So they do need somebody to give Jalen Brunson kind of like a spell, give him some rest, and a defensive intensity guy that can raise the level of the defense. And Jose Alvarado, to me, is that guy. He's a local product. He understands what it takes to play in New York. He's experienced. He would be the guy to go get. And I do think the Pelicans are going to make him available. The question is, what's going to be the price?
All right, anything for the right price. Enjoy Vegas, my man, and I appreciate you.
All right, man.